Welcome back to Poll Everywhere. This is the part two. I'm going to show you some features like how to get into your poll, do some editing, how to manage a number of polls, how to do some things with links and sharing and getting the results and so forth. So at this particular point, let's assume that we've opened up Poll Everywhere with our particular login, and once you have that login, you now, if you look over to the left, be underneath the red Create Poll button, there's My Polls, and if you click on that My Polls button, you'll have a list of all of your polls here. Got a bunch of them. I'm going to actually go to the one that we just created in the previous video. As you can see, I've done a lot of training about this, so I have a number of favorite animals here. But that one that's maybe 3/4 of the way down, right above where it says testing for Poll Everywhere, that what is your favorite animal? And if you look over to the right, the fact that there's that green box means this is a live poll, so people can still be responding to this particular poll. Any of the polls that like the one I have highlighted here in yellow, where the box itself of the number of people who have already participated in the poll is not kind of highlighted in that light green color. That means that it either has started and been paused at one particular point. You can actually establish a start and a stop time for these. So if you wanted to give people a window of time like of 48 hours or something in order to respond to the poll, you have the ability to set that. You can see here just to the left of that number 2, you can either delete the poll if you're done using it and don't need it anymore, or you can hit start and it will reestablish a certain time period for people to start that poll. But I'm going to go down to the poll that we created in the first video, and that is the one right above Testing for Poll Everywhere. And I'm going to click on that, and that's going to open up the poll, and this should then look familiar to you. You have a number of different things that you can do at this particular point. You can go back in and edit it, and maybe you want to have people vote additional times, or you didn't have enough responses and you wanted to give them some time, so that gives you a possibility. I want to show you some of the other types of things here along this right toolbar here. I'm just going to click on the down or the arrow to the right to get a down arrow on reply messages. You can decide to have no message that comes in with the response. So when someone submits a response, if you have no message checked, then they will not get any correspondence at all, or they won't get any feedback that their message was received. Usually the message default is where we are most of the time, but it doesn't really matter if you're going to deal with whether or not you want somebody to see that that's the message. The message defaults, but it just says, you know, your submission was accepted. So it's not a big deal one way or another, but I did want to show you what that is. How people can respond. All you would need to do is to click on a box or unclick a box. I have mine set to text messages. Web devices, so again there's that pollev.com/your name. So that way they would be able to get it on another type of a mobile device through a link, and would be able to respond that way. And then down at the very last choice, the fourth choice there at the bottom, private link, would allow you to capture this entire poll in a link and send it off to somebody. So I'm going to go down a little further. I'm going to click on the little arrow to the left of who can respond. And so it gives you some choices as to how you can restrict who's going to get it. So I just wanted to show you that there. You can restrict the poll to a certain group of people. Scheduling, starting and stopping, and so forth. So there's your ability to do that. Now in the web-based version, I'm on the mobile device, but if you wanted to set this up at home, I don't normally create my polls on the iPad. I set them up at home on my computer. You do have a few other options here as far as how you're going to to share this. I'm going to hit save poll, but I didn't make any changes there. It's set to automatically kind of be live and stay live. Download as a slide. You do have the ability to take this particular poll and include it in a PowerPoint. Now, up until August 1st, that was pretty easy to do. I'm recording this near the end of August, and as of August 1st, they changed the program and how you would actually do this particular function, and they took it away from a Flash-based type of a system, and now it's an HTML5 system as far as the coding goes. So in order to do that, you actually have to take this, use the Poll Ev Presenter. You need to download that to your computer. We won't be able to download that to the Baker mobile devices, but you need to download that to your computer in order to then get access to take the slide and for the poll and build it right into your current PowerPoint presentation. You just would insert a new slide and pop it right in there. They have a Mac version already set for it. By September 1st, they're supposed to have a Windows version. When that does come out, I will be producing a tutorial showing you how to do that. There is already a tutorial loaded out in this area where you're viewing this one from for the Mac version if you're somebody who uses a Mac. So more on that later. I also want to show you share and publish. You would have the ability to throw this particular poll out to Facebook or to Twitter. Those are your two second and third items there. There's the live chart link. I'm going to click on that so you can see what that looks like. There's your code that you need to copy and paste. This is a private poll and a private link. It is only the people who are in your class or people that you share that particular link with. You can email this poll. One thing I will tell you is this is the default. Hey, you are lovely and special, so I thought I would share this magical thing with you. When you copy all this, there's the check out my poll, and it says the name of the poll, and there's the link that you need. But you might want to put in your own, hey information here as opposed to saying you are lovely and special. Understand that if you just copy and paste and don't pay attention in an email, that's what it's going to have. So just so you know about that. And then for those of you that use Prezi, and if you don't use Prezi, it's a very cool visual type of a presenter app. I will be making a recording on Prezi as well too, but you can download it and install this particular poll into your Prezi. Okay, so again, as we said in the first one, any student that wants to reply is going to take their mobile device, assuming that we're talking about something that they can text with, and they're going to go ahead and choose their particular answer and then hit send. So again, the 2-37607 and then the particular answer that you want to send would be that long number that is just to the right of the potential solutions or potential answers that people have a choice of. Again, I'm going to take you back to the edit feature here. That's where you can start and stop. You can set the reply message. This is where I had changed it in the previous video to each device can respond up to 3 times. I did want to point out you can also make the responses anonymous. There isn't really anything that you're going to see that identifies who the particular person is anyway, so it doesn't really make that much difference as far as if that's what you want to do. So let's talk about a couple of other features as it regards to this poll, utilizing this poll multiple times and so forth. If you go back to My Polls, I just clicked on the blue box to the left there, My Polls. Again, you can see a whole bunch of different things. You can see the listing of all of your previous polls, and you can see certain polls here or areas that where it looks like you got some stuff written in bold and you don't have the individual poll. First, in case I wanted to do anything at all with a particular poll, in this particular case I have you used any of the accounting or financial software listed, choose all that apply. If I wanted to do something specifically with that poll, I just click in the little box to the left of it to get that particular check mark, and then I get my choices. I can edit, copy, start, or delete it in this particular case. If I go up to the previous poll, I can edit, copy, stop, and remember it's green, which means it's currently going, or I can delete. So if I needed to open up one of these polls and see where we're at and do something about it, whoops. Now let's go down to one that I know is live. Okay, so I'm going to get my particular poll here. Did you find the rubric training helpful? This is one that I actually had open for a previous class. It's currently now stopped down, and so I have my response. Again, if I felt like I needed to get some information, this is the live chart view, and you can tell that by looking over into the right side there under Views. I'm going to click on Summary Table so you can see what that looks like. There's your answers down the middle there, the option area, the keyword, which is what the answer solution potential was, and the number of people who responded in each case. Response history, I'm going to click on that so you can see what that looks like. And so you can see it doesn't identify anyone specifically in the individual responses, but it does kind of give you a time frame and a date as to when people had responded to that at all. And then finally the screenshot. And this is going to take you a screenshot of your final poll results. And then once you have a screenshot, there are various ways. You can actually save it as a URL link and send that on to get somebody to open it up. Or I actually save it as a PNG, a PNG file, into my pictures on my computer, and then I can send it off that way. I can post it into Blackboard if that's what I want to do, and it actually has it open. It's not a link that you have to click on. Download the spreadsheet version. That kind of gives you an idea of how you would, what that would look like. And I did want to show one other area here, and that is I'm now back to that particular poll that I just pulled up. Going underneath the stop poll box to the right, you have edit, copy, delete, whatever, and clear results. So if you've already used this poll and you've used it for whatever you needed to use it for, and maybe you need to use it next hour, but you've already captured all your information, you got a screenshot, or you actually took advantage of the automatic posting it to an Excel spreadsheet and sending that off to yourself or whatever, or you just needed to get the results real quick in class, you didn't need to keep them for any reason, you can actually hit clear results, and clear results will keep your question, will keep the 4 possible answers, and will go along with a clear result type of thing, and that just wipes everything out so that you can start fresh. So that's the second part of this Poll Everywhere training. Hopefully you're finding it very easy to use and very useful in class for some formative assessment pieces along the way. And if you have any questions or need any additional help or information, you can reach me at robert.payne, P-A-Y-N-E, @baker.com, or my office line is 810-766-4053. Thanks.